Lord, happy 2017! Oh my Lord, I feel like Mary J. Blige, baby. No more drama. No more drama. I can't. I love that song so much, y'all. Oh my God. I was watching back some of my videos from last week and I was like, oh, Mary J. Blige done come into your heart and soul, baby. No more drama. No more drama. Oh, wait. It's 2017. Hey, you guys. It's Peter. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. I'm YouTube famous now. I mean, come on, y'all. You don't like mess up something when you got a good saying, right? You don't do that. I'm not stupid. Listen, it's so funny. Like, I had like this whole cathartic experience last night sitting like in this, we took all of Alex's family to this party last night downtown, this huge Ciroc party that they throw for New Year's every year. And, there's like 12 of us sitting in this VIP section, and it was so funny because the VIP waitress kept on like looking at me, and she was real cute, girl, and she finally came. So, hey, Rachel, I told her I'd give her a shout out, and she finally came up to me and she goes, oh my God, are you a YouTuber? Are you a YouTuber? No. I should have said no. I'm a filmmaker. Piss off. But I was like, yeah, I'm on YouTube. And she was like, oh my God, I love your videos so much. She was like, they make me so happy. Like, I watch them every day. And she's like, they give me hope. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I don't ever think that way, right? And I was like, I go, that is so cool. Thank you so much. I go, how did you find my videos? And she goes, well, through Trisha. And you know what's so funny to me is that, like, so many people tell me that my videos inspire them, and yet so many people dog Trisha Paytas, but they found me through Trisha Paytas, which I think is interesting, right? Whatever. It's all just part of the gig. I love it. But I was reading through my Snapchats last night, so if you wondered, I wonder why Peter's sitting in the middle of this party answering Snapchats, because I answered about 100 of them last night. It's because I was bored shitless. I don't drink. And about halfway through the night, this place had all of these different rooms, right? It had like 10 rooms of different DJs and stuff. Well, I didn't understand at first why they put us in the room they did. You guys can't see me at all, can you? But then I realized halfway through that we had this DJ that plays a lot of Latino music. Oh my God, my family loved it, okay? My family, and it was so funny because I said my husband was salsa dancing, and somebody said, no, that's bachata. And so I said to Alex, I go, and I put it out there and I go, oh, I don't know what bachata is, right? And I said to Alex, I said, that's bachata. And he goes, well, I was salsa dancing. The song is bachata, but he was like, so anyway, but they had such a blast. And then if you watch my Snapchats from last night, there's some song that's kind of like the Macarena, and they like all got up and did it. And like I said to my friend, because there's this one girl that I know, and from back in the day, and she was there last night. I ran into so many people I hadn't seen in so long. It was so much fun. And so many people came up to me last night and were like, oh my God, I watch your YouTube videos. And they were like, this was so nice, you guys, because you guys in my videos, and this is going to be one of my New Year's goals that I'm going to talk about later in the day. I'm going to do another video of that. But like, all I ever do is throw in a sweatshirt and a baseball hat. And like every person that came up to me last night was like, you are 10 times more handsome in person than you are in those videos. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And they all were like, and you're taller too. You look short in your videos. That was funny. Like a couple people said that to me. They're like, you're so much taller in person. But anyway, I was talking to this girl and I was like, what is this dance? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? She's like, it's this like famous like Latino dance that I go kind of like the Macarena, and she's like, exactly like that. And they were all doing it. And then at one point it was like turned into this whole room was like all salsa dancing. It was so much fun. And I will never forget, like, people ask me, like, the moment you fell in love with your husband. Like, I don't know the exact moment, but I will tell you, like, 2 weeks into us dating, Alex took me to this bar here in town called the Jazz Kitchen. It's a really neat club. And, like, on Thursday nights, they have, like, all Latino music, and they do, like, all salsa dancing. It starts at, like, 9, and they do, like, salsa lessons, and then, like, it turns into just this huge, it's packed, and it feels like a club, like, I don't know, like a club in Venezuela, I guess, or something, and it's loud, and everybody just drinks whiskey on the rocks, and it's crazy. And it's hot, and it's very sexy. Well, they were having a salsa dancing contest, and Alex and his cousin Maya entered the salsa dancing contest. Now, I will mispronounce this song, okay? But it is, to this day, one of my favorite songs, and it's La Tiana Tumbao by Celia Cruz, and Alex loves Celia Cruz. And so anyway, they did this salsa dancing contest to this, of which they did not win. They got totally boogered out of the contest. But let me just tell you, at one point, literally every dancer in the contest moved to the side because Alex and Maya had like lost their minds. They were like so into this song. And I will never forget like watching Alex dance to this song. And I was like, oh my God, he is so sexy. I mean, just to see somebody get that passionate about dance or whatever they're doing, I love that so much. I think it's so hot. Speaking of which, stay tuned till tomorrow. This is kind of just like a hello 2017. No more drama I feel. Do you guys remember that song by Mary J. Blige? Oh, some of you kids that like to come and pass judgment on my channel probably like, Mary J. who? Let me tell you about Mary J. Blige. That girl, old back then even, she knew about the drama. I love her so much. Anyway, she was on some TV show not too long ago. I think it was, what was that show called? It's a show that I watched, but I'm like 8 episodes behind. The one where they're all like attorneys in the classroom. Alex watches it religiously. Why can't I think of it? With Annalise. Come on, you guys, help me. The one about the murder. Not making of the murder. That's about that one guy. Oh my God, I just watched last night the Amanda Knox on Netflix documentary. You guys go watch it. It is so spooky strange. I'm still like, did she do it? Did she not do it? I don't know. Like, after watching it, I'm not Shirley, and don't call me Shirley. I'm not surely convinced that Amanda Knox didn't do this murder. Do you guys remember that? It's so weird that it was 10 years ago, because my friend Liz, at the time, was going to Italy, and she must be the exact same age, was going to Italy, like, at the time that Amanda Knox was in prison over there. She was going to the same city and everything to do a exchange thing for college. And we were all like, Liz, don't go. It's, like, really dangerous, excuse me, for you right now over there. And she was like, no, it'll be fine. She had the time of her life. But anyway, so, yeah. So, I think that might have been the moment that I fell in love with my husband. I don't know why. I just was like, in that moment, I kind of was just like, I don't know. Like, I just saw him in a completely different light. I like when people surprise me for the positive, if that makes sense. I just want to say something to the boys and girls out there, and to the men and women. You know, I talk a lot about being sober on here and drinking and stuff. Last night made me really sad, and I know that it's New Year's Eve, and I'm not passing judgment on anybody, and as long as you have an Uber or whatever, I think that's fine. But like, every year I seem to notice it more and more and more, and it was interesting because last night it happened really early with with people around us. And I saw so many people that were like just completely wasted drunk. Like, couldn't stand up. And for me, it's interesting because if you're not an alcoholic, I don't understand the need or the necessity to drink to that level. I don't understand why that is fun to people. To be that so incredibly wasted that you are not of the right mind and sound. And I really feel like it mutes people. And I really feel like it makes people make poor decisions. And if you're a college student, or if you're just an adult that comes home every night and, you know, drinks a couple glasses of wine or a couple martinis or, you know, 6-pack of beer or whatever, and it's not really a problem to you, but you've kind of fallen into just the luxury of doing that, you know, I want to give you a suggestion, because I tell a lot of my clients to do this. Take a month, take 30 days, and make a commitment to not drink anything for 30 days, okay? Just to see how you feel. Just to see if your decision-making is processed. Just see if you lose some weight. See if it clears your head up. See how you feel at the end of 30 days. Don't drink for 30 days. There's an amazing article that came out a couple years ago about this girl that when she graduated from college, she took a year off from drinking. And she was like, I'm not going to drink for a year to see how it feels. And she didn't, and she like did this whole, did you guys ever see this post? I'll see if I can find it, and if I can find it, I'll link it below. But she listed like 10 things she learned from not drinking in a year, and it was so powerful, you guys. And it was so interesting because as a person in sobriety, like, I have a necessity to not drink, right? Like, I mean, if I drink, I'm gonna die or I'm gonna end up in prison. So like, for me, it's totally different. But for everybody else that's out there that drinks, it's like I saw people last night that they were not in their right mind to have any idea how they were going to get home. And if their people left them, like, they would have just been like sitting there on the side of the street. They would never have made it home, you know? And I'm sitting there watching this last night and seeing all these fights happen with couples and people, and it's all driven, you can tell, totally by alcohol, because those same conversations, those same arguments would never happen if alcohol was not in the picture. And I was like, this is so sad. Like, we're doing this to have fun, right? But then, like, the fun exceeds itself into, it's New Year's, so let's get wasted. Well, if you think about that word wasted, which I was joking because in a vlog earlier I asked Alex, did you get wasted? And when I met my husband, let me just tell you, he drank. I mean, he had just gotten out of college. He was 24 years old. He drank a lot, okay? And he doesn't drink like that today. I was really surprised last night. I mean, he was sober. And I mean, we had bottle service for free and everything, and he just didn't even, I mean, he hardly drank. So, and I think part of it was because of his responsibility to making sure his family was having such a good time last night. This is so killing, isn't it? But anyway, I mean, he still drinks sometimes, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it's like when we talk about the word wasted or, you know, tore up or whatever, and we say that, and especially if you're like on a college campus and you think that's funny, it's like, if you think about that, I mean, when we think about the word wasted, okay, wasted away, you know, wasted into nothingness, just, you know, all of that kind of stuff, that's what that word comes from. Well, why would you want to drink so much alcohol that's what your existence is about? And I just don't think that we make very good decisions when we're at that point, whether we're alcoholic or not. And some people will be able to move out of this, but the decisions will still be there, you know? And I think that that's one thing, is that I think that like my goal for 2017 is in myself and in others to really inspire thinking about the decision. If you're making a really serious life decision, whether it's what kind of YouTube video are you making, all the way to what kind of job are you taking, to I'm going to go out tonight and get wasted, really thinking that decision through and thinking, is this a decision that I want to live with the consequences from 5 years from now? And I think that if we live more, and that's like, somebody was asking me the other day, like, they asked me in a comment, what does that mean to live with intention? That's living with intention, right? So if I'm going to make a video, because listen, I'm going to tell you right now, let's get some light on this one. I said I'm not doing drama anymore on this channel, okay? That doesn't mean that I can't have an opinion about things that happen on YouTube, and trust me, I will, okay? But I got one more drama video in me, and it is so explosive, okay? But I'm saving it, and I may never put that video out because I don't really want to make that video, but if I have to, I will make that video, okay? But going into that video, if I ever make that video, I'm not like sitting here questioning like, should I, shouldn't I? For me, it would be a video of defense, if that makes sense, okay? So the video will probably never be made. It hasn't been proven that it needs to be made at this point right now, whatever. I'm just saying, if things should continue, I'm not gonna sit back and be a doormat in my life. So anyway, but you know, like I would know going into that video, you're gonna suffer a lot of consequences from this video, but you might gain a few too. So anyway, I think it's like that. Like somebody said, how do you apply that to your, you know, like BookTube channel or whatever? Well, like on BookTube, it's very deliberate. Like, it's like, who do you want to be? Like, book haul videos do very, very well on BookTube, but like, do I want every video of mine to be a book haul followed by a TBR? Because nobody really watches the book review videos. Well, I do a lot of book review videos on BookTube because I want to review the books I read, and I respect the people that do that. What I don't respect a lot of times is when you go to somebody's BookTube channel and all they do is book hauls where they bought 20,000 books every week because they know that that's going to get a lot of views. I'm not real big into YouTubers that do videos just for views, okay? I like YouTubers that want their personality to shine through and their craft and their artistry, so to speak. Does that make sense? I got off on kind of a tangent a little bit, but if you've ever thought that drinking's affecting your life in a negative way that you don't want, or if you woke up today and you're hungover and you think, God, why did I do that to myself last night? Take 30 days off. January 1st is always a good time to start that, or start it on the 4th, or start it on the 2nd, or I don't give a shit when you start it. Just take 30 days. See if you can do it for 30 days. See how you feel at the end of 30 days. I will tell you this, that if you set a goal for yourself, like I'm not gonna drink for 30 days, and on day 10, you're like, screw it, I'm gonna go drink, you might wanna think about your need to have some chemicals in your life, if that makes sense. Because typically people that don't have problems with substances can go 30 days without using anything. And that goes as far as anything like food, you know, gambling, shopping, all that kind of stuff. This video did not go where I wanted it to go. I wanted to talk about the no more drama. I'm thinking. You guys, I will never forget seeing that video for the very first time. And then, no lie, Dominique Chappelle, who was a Miss Continental drag pageant winner. I love her for days. I think she works at the Baton in Chicago now. I might be wrong about that. But anyway, she's gorgeous. I will never forget being at the Connection in Louisville and seeing her do that song. And I was like, oh my God, I felt like I was watching Mary J. Blige in front of me. I might do a video about all my favorite drag queens too. I don't talk much about that on here. And it was funny because, do I have enough time to talk about this? I reached out to Rich Lux, you guys know that. I told him, we had a very nice conversation, this was days ago, and I said that I was watching this video where he goes, I'm so honey, and it just cracked my shit up. It made my day. I can see his humor. It hurt to be on the receiving end of that. He and I totally made up. He said some really amazing things to me about my recovery and my writing. It meant the world to me. I think he's a stand-up guy, and we're cool now. So anyway, but I was telling him that it's so funny, if you watching some of my videos, I try not to say not bothered, okay? When I in my personal life say not bothered like all the time, well, not bothered comes from like early 90s gay lingo. Like if you grew up in that time, you say not bothered, okay? And a lot of the things that he says on his channel are very kind of like old school gay phrases that have been kind of been passed down, and he talks about being raised by drag queens, and it totally makes sense. And I told him, I said, hey, so was I mean, like back in the day, I can remember, like, man, I was raised going out in the gay community by some tough-ass drag queens that, like, I mean, they didn't take shit from nobody, right? And they had my back. So it's funny, like, looking back on that, and anyway, and how, like, some of that has kind of affected me through the years. And I thought, I'm gonna make a video about all of my favorite drag queens and stuff like that. Anyway, no, probably nobody care about that. I hope you guys are having a wonderful January 5th.